Hey guys! What's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a book haul today. I have 32 books to show you today. That's a bit much. This is a composite, is that the right word? Composite? It's a composite list of the books that I've bought in the past month, so it's not a one big shopping spree haul, but I did buy 10 books in the last week. But buying 32 books in a month is literally buying one book every day. So it means I spent at least 10 bucks every day. Let's just get right into it. I have everything sorted into genres here, so we're gonna start with stuff that I have the least of, which I only have one mystery thriller. This is Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I didn't actually buy this, okay. I apologize, I have started this under false pretenses. This is awkward now. But I didn't actually buy this book. My boyfriend's mom gave me this book. So technically some of these books in here were gifts. So I didn't buy all of them, but these are the books that I've gotten in the last month. But anyway, this is a mystery thriller. I think it's about a housemaid who cleans up after this family, and the girl Nina makes a mess just to watch her clean it up, and she tells lies about her daughter. Okay, the back sounds really interesting, but I've heard a lot of good things about this book online, so I've been really wanting to read it just kind of based off of that stuff. So yeah, and I've been also trying to get into mysteries, thrillers, whatever the genre is, and I've heard that Frida McFadden is good for that because she's a good author. So I don't know, we'll see, but I am excited about that. Also, when I post this, you would have probably already seen some of these books in reading vlogs because, like I said, this is a composite list and I started reading these prematurely. So just ignore that if you've seen these books already. But also go watch my reading vlogs where I talk about these books because I know I talked about this one. This is Yellowface by R.F. Long, I think is how you say that. This is a literary fiction mystery thriller about a white author who steals her friend's work. She's an Asian American author. Her best friend is an Asian American author, and she steals her work after her best friend died. The white author steals the best friend's work, which is very much based in Asian culture. And I think I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm not entirely sure, or I don't entirely remember what this book was about, but that's the basic gist of it. And go watch my Reading 2023's most popular books reading vlog, and you can see my thoughts on this book. I've already read it. I read it probably like a day after I got it. I started reading it. So moving on, we're gonna get into the romance books. I have bought a lot of romance books, like adult or new adult romance books. The first one is the very popular Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. She's become a very popular author within like the book community, and I have heard very good things about this. Everyone that I've heard read this has loved it, except for I saw one girl on TikTok who was like bashing it, but I don't know. Sometimes when I see books that everyone loves and then one person, specifically just like one person, doesn't like it, I always feel like they're like just trying to go away or just trying to get away from the norm or the public opinion. I don't know. Is that mean? Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I just feel like if everyone loves this book and one person doesn't, it's like, I don't know. Or maybe everyone that says they love this book is lying. We'll see when I read it, but it's a Gossip Girl kind of story if they were in London. Like, it's about the high society in London, about this really close friend group who kind of goes through some things. I think this book is about Magnolia and BJ, I think is his name. Yeah, talk about their relationship, I guess, in this book. So this is honestly gonna be like one of my next romance reads. I've heard so many good things about it, so I've been really wanting to read it. This is a part of one of my most recent book shopping sprees. This is The Weekenders by Mary Kay Adams. This is about an island in North Carolina, and a lot of people only come for the weekend, but our main character Riley lives there, and she has a lot of fun times with the Weekenders, and she's waiting for her husband to arrive on a ferry, but he never shows up, and she turns to the friends on the island for help. And it's kind of like a mystery, but it's also a romance. Correct me if I'm wrong, is this book a romance? I've heard everyone talking about this as a romance. Romance, soap opera like twists, I don't know. I think it's like a romance mystery type situation, so it could go either way. The cover is just so pretty though, look at that. Look at how pretty the cover is though, I love it. So pretty. But anyway, next we have Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is also a very popular book that I still haven't read. And I have no idea what it's about. I just bought it because it's super popular. And sometimes I do that. And I think I talk about books and I have no idea what they're about because I just bought it because it was really popular and a lot of people liked it. And I follow the trends. I am not ashamed to admit that I follow trends. Okay. Oh, this was one of my BOGO 50s. Wait, let me take this off. That came off so easily. Oh my gosh. That's a dream. I love when book stickers come off like so easily. It's honestly the best. Okay. Anyway, we have a book by Lynn Painter. This is Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. I have wanted to read one of her books and this one's really short and sweet. I think it's like not even 300 pages. So this is probably going to be an easy read. And I think it's about they were hired to break up a wedding but they end up falling in love, I think is the premise. I've heard good things about her as an author. I've heard good things about this book specifically, so we'll see. This one was also a part of the BOGO 50, but I'm trying to get the sticker off, and this one's a little bit more stubborn than the other one was. Okay, it did come off. So this is by a third by Lucy Score. This is about Dominic, who is the boss, and Allie, which is also my name, but this is awkward. But anyway, she works there, and it says it's a grumpy boss romantic comedy, which is very rom-com-y vibes, which I've been looking for a book that's kind of rom-com-y vibes. This book is very long though. It's like 550 pages. I've never read a romance book that long. Although I did see someone saying that all of Lucy Score's books are really long. It's just a very big book. It's a little bit intimidating for a romance, but I don't know. I'm excited about it. I've heard good things, so. All right. This book is a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, but I can't get the freaking sticker off. No. Okay, I guess it's just good enough to stay there. I got the new release of Abby Jimenez's book just for the summer. I have no idea what this book is about. I literally have no idea. I just bought it because it was new and coming out and everyone said it was really good. And it's about a girl named Emma who she thinks that she's cursed for love and wait, yeah. Every guy finds their true love after they date her, and fake dating is the best thing ever. And oh wow, there's a lot going on in this book. Okay, I've just heard really good things about this. I've heard it's a really cute romance and I've heard really good things about Abby Jimenez's books. I also heard that they were closed door romances, which I don't know if that's true, but I guess we'll see when I read this book if it's closed door romances. I also bought this book to read while my family went on vacation. I bought a lot of these romance books. Like I bought The Weekenders to read when I went on vacation because we go to the Outer Banks on vacation every year, so I wanted to get some like fun summery books to read. I don't know why I bought them now, but I did. And then I got the first two books in, what is this, the Rebel Blue Ranch series. Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddled. I don't know actually how many books are in this series so far. Oh wait, that one's not even out yet. Okay. I got the only two books that are out right now in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddled. I didn't know that the other one, what is it called? Lost and Lassoed? Yeah, Lost and Lassoed doesn't come out until November, which is exciting. But I don't know why I thought there was more than this. But look, the spines are just very pretty together, I feel like. Anyway, I'm literally reading Done and Dusted right now. Oh, these are by Lila Sage, by the way, if you didn't know, but these are cowboy romance books. This one I bought myself, and this one my boyfriend Alex, he bought this for me. We were at Barnes this past weekend and he was like, I'm gonna buy you a book, and I was like, okay, I know exactly which one I want. Because I'm halfway through Done and Dusted right now and I'm really liking it so far. This is about Clementine, which they call her Emmy, who lives, well I guess she now lives at Rebel Blue Ranch, which is her family's ranch, and it's in this town called Meadowlark, and she comes home and she starts trying to figure herself out, and she spends a lot of time with her brothers, like her two brothers' best friend Luke Brooke, and they just be having the romance. And I think this one is about a city girl named Ada and Weston, who's the younger brother. Or, I don't know. Okay, just kidding. Wes is, I think both of her brothers are older than her. This is very awkward now. But anyway, so this is about Ada, who is a city girl, and Wes, who is one of the older brothers of Emmy from the first book. So they're interconnected standalones. So they're not really a series, but they are. And then I know you guys would have seen these last two romance books, but Love Theoretically by Allie Hazelwood. This is about Elsie and Jack. I love them. This was also in my 2023's most popular books video, and so was the next one. So just go watch that, honestly. But this is about Elsie. She's a physicist and so is Jack, and she works to like fake date people for money, but she's trying to get tenure, and she's fake dating Jack's younger brother continuously, and Jack's like, you're not a physicist, queen. And they meet at like some dinner trying to get a job at MIT, and he's like, you're not a physicist. She's like, I am actually. And then it's this whole thing about lying and fake dating and the two of them, and it's really sweet, and I just love this book so much. Go read this book. And then the last in the romance category is Happy Place by Emily Henry. This was like everyone's favorite book last year, and mine too. I really liked this. This is about Harriet and Wynne, who have broken up. They were engaged, and they have to pretend to be engaged in front of their friends for a beach trip that they go on every year. So they didn't tell their friends that they had broken up, and it's just a very cute romance, and the entire time you're kind of just thinking like, why did they break up and why would they get back together? Like, what happened? You want to know what happened the entire time, and you find out, and it's crazy. So that's all I have in the adult romance department. I'm now gonna get into the YA books that I have, which are just kind of like mixed in YA genre. So this first one's like a YA romance, I think, but it's also a really sad book. This is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. I've heard really good things about this. I've heard it makes a lot of people cry, and I bought this because I needed a book that I could read if I was in the mood to cry, and everyone says that this one is the book for that. And it's about Autumn and Finn, and they used to be inseparable, but they changed, and now they ignore each other. It's a very sad type situation, but still very good. I've heard really good things about it. So this is The Program by Suzanne Young. I've heard very mixed things about this, and honestly very controversial things about this, but I wanted to read it for myself to see what the controversy was about. But in this book, it actually says that like they want to erase people's memories because a lot of people have like suicidal thoughts, and they put them in this program when they have those thoughts and when they're feeling a little bit depressed. So it's pretty much about that, but it's a dystopian book. But just look how pretty the cover is, honestly. It's very pretty. They changed it. It used to be white, I think, with like people in yellow suits on it, and now it's that, which I think that's so much better. But anyway, okay, this is probably like a YA mystery, I think. This is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. Maniscalco. This is just about a girl who is in love with Jack the Ripper, and she basically just stalks him. This comes from James Patterson's like publishing company, Jimmy Patterson, his like YA publishing company, so you know it's gonna be good. And I've also just heard really good things about this book, so I'm excited. But I also know that it's a series, so we'll have to see if I like it enough to continue the series. I don't know. Also a very large book. It's the size of a hardcover, but as a paperback. The next book is also the same size, but Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer? I don't know. I have no. I think I was right when I said Mayer, but I have no idea. This is about a villain wanting an assistant, and apparently this is a very funny, like, fantasy book. It's very funny. I've just heard that it's funny. How many times am I gonna say that? I don't know. I've just heard really good things about it. Like I said, I've heard it's really funny. I've heard the banter is really good, and I've heard it's just an overall easy, good read, so we'll see. I'll be the judge of it. The next books are all by Marie Lu. I love her. She's my queen. I am also currently in the middle of, well, not in the middle of, I'm flipping 4 chapters in. I'm like 35 pages in, but anyway. Stars and Smoke by Marie Lu. This is about a pop star, Winter Young, who is one of the most famous pop stars in this world, and he is recruited by this group that works for the CIA, I think is what it is, or works for the government or something. And he meets this girl, Sydney, who has to be his bodyguard while they go to stay at like one of the most notorious criminals' houses, and they fall in love, probably. I don't know. I'm not all the way through it, but yeah, it's very good so far. Okay. I have here the entire Young Elites trilogy. So I have the Young Elites, the Rose Society, and the Midnight Star by Marie Lu. And my sister actually sent me these. I didn't buy these, but I did buy the first one, but a different book of it. I don't know if you can see it back there, but oops, there's like a lot of, there's aloe back here, guys. Take care of your skin. It's very important. Let's see if I can grab it without knocking anything over. If you guys saw my last reading vlog that I posted, you would have seen this in there, that my book disintegrated in the sun, and it just got really bad, so she sent me a new one, which was so kind and queen of her. That was honestly so sweet. But I like the ones that she bought me a lot more because this is like very papery, and then this one's like shiny. You can even see the difference. Like this one's a matte cover, this one's like a paper cover. They're very different, but I like this one a lot more. So it worked out very well in the end. But yeah, so I'm also in the middle of reading The Young Elites by Marie Lu, but this is about a dystopian society, I think, or fantasy. They're in kingdoms, so it's probably fantasy, but a fever happened, and then the people that survived ended up with powers. Their kingdoms think they're too powerful, so the people that survive are being hunted, basically. But there's a whole trilogy about it. I'm excited to read the rest of them, so. And then I bought the second and third book in the Inheritance Games trilogy series. I don't know if the Brothers Hawthorne is considered a part of the main series, but if it is, then it's a series. If it's not, it's a trilogy. But go watch the random number generator reading vlog and you'll see my thoughts on the Inheritance Games, but I bought the two. And then last but not least is a YA romance by Ali Hazelwood. This is Check and Mate. This is about chess and also people, but mainly chess. And they fall in love, the people in this, but it's very close to a romance because it's YA, and this is the only YA book that I think Ali Hazelwood has ever written, and I think this is her like debut YA romance, and it's Rivals to Lovers, which is just so mwah. Moving on to the last genre, we have fantasy, adult fantasy. I think actually this one might be YA, but I don't know. I'm reading it right now, so it's got a pen and post-it notes in it because I'm tabbing it for a spoiler reading vlog that I'm doing of this book. This is also my buddy read with my sister that I'm doing, so tune in to see that video. If it's posted before this, go watch it. If not, just wait for it, queen. Just be patient. It'll come out. But anyway, I'm in the middle of reading this, but I did buy this very recently because this was the buddy read that my sister wanted to do this month, so I'm like 100 pages in it, but I did buy this very recently. This is by Mary E. Pearson. Very popular fantasy book. It's about a girl, Kazi, who works for the queen, the queen of this one land, and the queen sends her and a couple of the other people in the queen's guard to this other place who the Ballingers are in charge, and she meets the son, Jace, who they get into a little bit of trouble together. It's enemies to lovers. I've heard very good things about it, and that's why I bought it, and that's why I'm reading it, and I'm already halfway through, and there's a lot of tabs in it already, so I'm enjoying it if you can't tell. Okay, I'm also reading this book, but I'm less far into it. I'm only like 6 chapters into it, but I'm currently in the middle of reading this whole series. But this is Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I actually bought pretty much the entire series minus Kingdom of Ash because in Barnes it was $21 and online it's a lot cheaper, but all of these are the same price in Barnes that you get with the 10% off, if that makes sense. Like, so on Amazon they were the same price that you would get with the 10% off in Barnes, so I bought them, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7 books. Oh my gosh, I almost just dropped them. But yeah, so I've read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight. I'm reading, wait, let me put it, oh no, let me put it in order of how I'm reading it, because I decided to read Assassin's Blade third because I've heard that it has the most impact story-wise that way, because I've heard that there's a time jump between Crown of Midnight and Heir of Fire, so to read it fifth is like kind of, or to read it fourth is like kind of weird, but yeah, so it's in there. So I read these 2 already and I'm in this one, but I'm really intimidated by the tandem read because these are both very big books, but I'm gonna get to them at some point. I don't know when. Probably not gonna pick this series back up until the fall if I'm being completely honest, but whatever. I've been carrying these for a long time. They're very heavy. I'm gonna put them down now. This series is about Selena Sardathian, who is a pretty notorious assassin, and she gets called in by the king to do some of his bidding. And then some crazy stuff happens apparently. And then last but not least, this is the book that I have bought most recently. We were in Books A Million actually, and it was 50% off, which I haven't taken the sticker off yet. Okay, I got it off. It came off pretty easily, but my boyfriend is a member at Books A Million, so he got 50% off, so I was like, I can't pass this up because this book's normally $30 and I spent only $15 on it. So I got Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I have Fourth Wing behind me down there, and I actually listened to both these books on audiobooks, but I did not collect all the things about it. That's not the right word. Retain all the information about it. So I bought this because I have Fourth Wing and I want to read the series again because I think the new one is coming out either this year or the beginning of next. Not entirely sure, don't quote me on that. But this series is about, I can't remember the main girl's name, but she is training to be a dragon rider. Oh, Violet. So that's all I can say without giving anything away, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my gigantic book haul. I think 30 books is a lot to have at once and a lot to buy. Like I said, these were over the span of a month. About 5 of these books were given to me by other people, so I would say that's pretty good. So I'm definitely gonna put myself on a book ban after this. Book banned? A book ban, which if you guys don't know what a book ban is, it's just banning yourself from buying any new books because books are expensive. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you read any of these books, if you want to read any of these books, if you want to see any of these books in reading vlogs, so I'm sure they will all be scattered into them at some point or in reading wrap-ups, so you'll see everything I read, you guys will see. I will never leave a book out, don't worry. But yeah, like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Mwah!